In the last episode, I introduced you to the PACE method to business clarity, a four-step cycle we all go through in our entrepreneurial journey. Have you ever felt like you're throwing darts blindly, hoping they will land somewhere close to the bullseye on the target? I know I have. We all get confused. We all long for clarity from time to time. We all want to know, we want that assurance that we are on the right path or that the path we're considering is the right one. If you would like to find clarity in your business and not continue to throw blindly, the four steps in the PACE method to business clarity can and will help you move from confused to clear in your goals, projects, and in your business. In the last episode, I gave you an overview of the PACE method, and today I'd like to dive a little deeper into each of the four steps and share why each is important in your clarity journey. Hello there, and welcome to the Selah Entrepreneur podcast, where we take a look at doing online business a little differently for women over 50. I'm your host, Marta Goertzen, entrepreneur and business owner since 2008, and for far too long, I struggled with trying to figure out what I wanted to be when my business and I grew up. I was tired of buying all the courses and downloading all the freebies, all in the hope that the answer I was longing for would suddenly appear. Turns out, clarity doesn't come in an instant. It's a journey of discovery and finding answers layer by layer. As I took action, I learned what type of work I really loved to do, who I had fun serving, and the problems I loved to help them solve. That clarity gave me the confidence to start designing a simple, sustainable business that I could steward well, and I'd love to help you do the same. If you're ready to find the clarity you're longing for, then you're in the right place. Let's take this journey of discovery together. This is something I hear a lot from myself and a lot of my coaching clients. I need to get clear about, insert all sorts of different phrases, or I'm seeking clarity on this, or I'm feeling confused about that. The need for clarity comes in all shapes and sizes, comes in different levels of importance, and it definitely comes through different seasons of life and seasons of growth. Sometimes it's a small issue you're trying to work through, and others are pretty major, like pivoting your business. Big or small, simple or complicated, these four steps that I'm going to share with you today can help you get from confused to clear and help you move forward. So just a quick recap of the four steps, and then we'll dive into each. Step one is to pause, to slow down, develop a habit of rest and reflection. 2, assess. Where are you in your current business? What season are you in? And who are you today? Because remember, who you are today is different from who you were a year ago or when you started your business. Clarify your who, what, how, and why, and then take action on what you know. Step 4 is to evaluate. Evaluate the results of your action and adjust as needed. So let's dive into step number 1. Step number 1, pause. And the word pause itself means a temporary stop in action or speech or to linger. I like that word linger. In music, it is the mark or a note to show that you need to hold that note or show that this is an extended period of silence. The word Selah itself and the definition I've adopted for the word fits in nicely here. Selah often is just defined as to pause, to calmly think, to take note. This is important. The word Selah, the way I use it, is an invitation to pause and slow down. As entrepreneurs and, well, as humans, we're often going so fast but not really getting anywhere. We wonder why we feel so busy and we're getting so much done, but we're not making the progress we had hoped for. There's noise, information, packed schedules, and a long list of should-dos and more that get in the way and bog us down. The high speed and the noise can lead to really high levels of stress, mental fatigue, chronic health issues, the feeling of I'm always busy and there's never enough time, constantly feeling behind, that we can never catch up, and also it can lead to a lack of fulfillment in our work and lives, which in turn leads to burnout and so much more. You see, when we're that busy, I truly believe that busyness lies to us. The busyness and the lies of the fast track becomes a way of hiding, and it's a way of getting things done whether they're important or not. But since checking them off those items off of our list makes you feel like you're being productive and useful, you keep going and you're not questioning. You see, busyness wants you to believe that it's all up to you and that if you let up, your business world is going to fall apart. Busyness wants you to think that resting is lazy, that taking a break and saying no to opportunities is the wrong thing to do in your business. Busyness also wants you to believe that everything is important and urgent, And he wants you to believe that constant hustle is the only way to do business. But let me ask you this question. What if you paused? What would happen if you actually slowed down, rested, took time to consider, to examine, think? What if you just sat in silence for a little bit? When you hear those words and those phrases, what feelings come up? Do you think, oh, that really sounds nice? Or if only I had the time to do any of those? I bet there's a few of you that said, you know what? Some of that actually sounds terrifying. Busyness wants us to stay in fear and in constant action mode and not evaluate and take stock of where we're at. You might be thinking one or all of the following at the thought of slowing and pausing down. What will others think? Will they think I'm being lazy? What will I hear in that silence of the pause? What realization or what's something that's going to come up that I'm not ready to admit and I really don't want to deal with right now? And also, a lot of us, once you slow down, you realize how tired you actually are. And then also, I don't have time to rest. I really don't. And that just sounds nice, but I just can't fit it in. Pausing, slowing down, resting, and slowing our racing thoughts. These are all habits that need to be relearned or adopted into our routines. And if you've been here for the first few episodes, and if you stay with me into the future, I put a lot of emphasis on pausing in my blog posts, here in the podcast, in my programs, in my coaching, because I'm raising my hand on this, we have forgotten how to slow down, how to be okay with silence, and how not to be constantly thinking about our business and planning it and growing it and trying to figure out why it's not doing what we want it to do. A coaching client of mine called this concept of slowing down and thinking differently as a Selah mindset. And I loved that idea. I loved how she phrased it. But I had to step back a little bit and go, what does that actually mean? How do I explain what a Selah mindset is? How do I incorporate that into in what I share with you? And I realized at the core, a Selah mindset is a new way of thinking, but it's also important to realize that you and your business are worth pausing and resting for. And I want to repeat that. This is really important. You and your business are worth pausing and resting for. You need to be able to rethink your speed of life of your business. And for a lot of us, with the multi-passionates, how fast our thinking goes, and it's hard to keep up, and it's so tiring. Sometimes you just need to slow down, get a base of where you're at, assess and figure out where you're at in order so that you can get that clarity. That clarity will allow you to speed up. You need time to create and time to set aside to think about and dream about and troubleshoot your business. Again, you and your business are worth pausing and resting for. It's hard to evaluate. It's hard to set aside time to think and dream and troubleshoot your business without practice and without planning for intentional, purposeful, and strategic time that you specifically set aside for pausing and resting. And beyond that, we all need habits of rest and rejuvenation away from our business. We need time to not think about the business. We need to refill our entrepreneurial and creative tanks with rest, laughter, family, faith, and get inspired. We can't do that if we're thinking about our business 24/7. When our business feels off and we can't stop thinking about it constantly, when we feel like our business is about to fall apart, and if we don't work on it all the time, all the balls that we're juggling are going to fall to the floor. These are huge, big signals that we need to rest, even if we think we don't have the time. You do have the time, and remember, you and your business are worth resting for. I want you to learn to work from rest and not rest from work. I have a favorite quote by the artist Bansky. It says, if you are tired, learn to rest, don't quit. So now that you're understanding the importance of resting and the importance of pausing, we're going to go to step 2, which is assess. And this is step 2 in the PACE method, and that means to set aside time to assess, take stock, and honestly get real with yourself. The word assess means to evaluate or estimate the nature, ability, or quality of, to determine the rate or amount of, to determine the importance, size, or value of. So now that you're practicing and you're learning what I call the art of the pause or the Selah mindset, and you're slowing down and you're creating space to think, you're creating margin in your brain, in your life, in your business that allows you to think critically and strategically about your business. This is where you're starting to see the first results of learning to not throw that dart blindly and start throwing it with a clear vision. With assessing, you are creating a baseline that you can use to monitor growth and change. This is a step that I want you to do without judgment of yourself. This is a moment that you take a deep breath and you get honest and kind of get real with yourself, which is kind of scary at times, but it is an important first step in showing you what's going on in your business, what's going on in your life. How do you really feel about your business? You're starting to realize that busyness is lying to you. Now it's time to get real and abolish those lies. In the assessment step, you're going to be asking things like, what's working in my business? What's not? What do I like about my business? What do I not like? What projects am I working on? What projects have I started and are unfinished? And if you're one of those multi-passionates, that would be me. Your list of half-finished projects here is probably pretty long. What parts of my business am I crystal clear on? Which ones am I not? And there's a whole lot of other questions you can be asking in the assessment stage. Again, the purpose here is just to get a baseline. It's not to be judgmental of yourself. It's not to get down yourself. It's not to be critical. You're just getting a baseline of where you're at right now so you can move forward in your clarity journey. Step 3, now we're going to clarify. You've gotten your baseline, you've made your assessment, you're learning how to pause, and so I want you to take the time to clarify. And to clarify means you want to make it clear or easier to understand. You're wanting to get rid of and clear out the confusion and the feelings of uncertainty. And isn't that what we're all looking for in our business? We want a business that is clear, easy to understand. We want to clear out that confusion and uncertainty we often feel. With your assessment completed, it's time to get clear on who you serve, what problem you solve, how you solve that problem, and why do you solve that problem, and why are you the best person to help your client solve that problem? With the answers to your who, what, how, and why, you will actually start to discover a confidence that wasn't there before. That confidence is going to motivate you to want to simplify and focus your work so you can stay clear about your business. The knowledge that you gain here gives you ability to look back at the assessment with more clarity and make better, more strategic decisions about things like, what are your priorities? What can you let go of? What can you put off until later? What do your clients need right now, and how can you better serve them? What allows you to show up as your best self for your clients? Clarity helps you cut through the confusion and clutter so you can get unstuck and start taking action in your business. Now we've gotten to step 4, evaluate. And this is a step that so many of us forget. So we build that momentum and we see we're making progress. We're checking off the items on the to-do list, but do we ever take the time to stop again and evaluate all the work that we're doing? And are we getting the ROI? Are we getting the results that we're looking for? To evaluate means to determine the significance, worth, or condition of, usually by careful appraisal and study. You need to develop a habit of taking a look at your progress, at the work that you're doing, your goals and your plans, and evaluate their effectiveness and see if you're getting the results that you expected. In my coaching groups, we do what I call monthly and quarterly reviews of our business. I actually introduced this because I needed to hold myself accountable. I need this just as much as anybody. You need to take the time to evaluate your actions so you can spot trends and opportunities, and also take a look at where confusion may be starting to creep back in. And are you too busy? And a lot of times, if you're too busy, if you're letting too many voices back into your world, confusion will start to creep back in. So you evaluate, and then you look, do I need to tweak the plan? Do I need to change the plan? And then it's important to make those decisions and keep moving forward. These 4 steps, going through these 4 steps and adopting this cycle, the PACE method to finding your business clarity, this is how you become a proactive and strategic leader of your business. You become proactive and strategic instead of reacting to your business, instead of your business leading you, and really instead of thinking about your business 24/7. And again, most importantly, do not forget to pause. Don't forget to rest. Don't forget to take a break from your business so that you can come back refreshed to your work and refreshed and be able to serve your clients in a better way. These are the building blocks to build a simple and sustainable business that you can steward well. So, quick recap to the PACE method to business clarity includes step 1, pause. Learn to work from rest, step away from your business to rest and recharge. Step 2, assess. Get clear on what's going on in your business, how it's going, and how you are feeling. Get really honest here. Step 3, clarify, know who you serve, what problems you solve, how you solve them, remember why you solve them, and why you are the best person to help. And then take action. Step 4, evaluate. You need to regularly review and evaluate the action you have taken so you can spot those trends, identify new ideas, spot those opportunities, and get reminded if you are on the right track or you need to make a little bit of a pivot or a change in your direction. These 4 steps take practice. You are building a new routine and a new way of thinking. It's not going to happen overnight. With each level of clarity you uncover, you will discover a greater sense of confidence in your decision making, which from personal experience, I can tell you feels pretty amazing. And I want you to know that this is not just a one and done. When you are taking these 4 steps, you are going to find it is a cycle. You get going, you make some changes to your plan, and then all of a sudden things become a little bit cloudy again. So you need to pause again. Then you need to go back and assess and clarify and evaluate. And the more you practice it, the faster you're going to be able to go through this cycle. And the more you do the regular reviews, you're going to spot things that need more clarity, or spot things that are, yes, that's an instant yes, I know I want to do that. Or that's a no, that does not align with anything that I'm doing right now. It's just a bright, shiny object. This PACE method and the 4 steps does take practice. So if you would like help with implementing your clarity journey, if you would like help implementing the PACE method into your business and life routines, if you would like to learn to work from rest, and if you would like to be supported, seen, and understood amidst all the clutter and confusion that you feel stuck in, let's talk. I would love to help you. You can schedule a clarity call at selahstudios.co/discovery, and we can make a plan to help you move from confused to clear in your business. Thanks for joining me. I hope you found some clarity or an aha moment that inspires you to take some action today. Before you go, could I ask a favor? I would really appreciate it if you could take a few seconds and leave a review of this show in the Apple Podcast app. Your review really does make an impact and helps spread the word about this show and gets it in the hands of other women who are looking to build simple and sustainable businesses of their own. Until next time.